Early release to shaft lean. How did my online student on Skillest make this huge change? How he did it was fixing the root cause reason to why he was early releasing and then encouraging his body to move properly to be able to create those good angles going through impact. So what my student was doing here, he was quickly lifting up his left shoulder in the backswing, losing his tilt. So what happened from there? The club quickly got around him and the club face opened. He had this really open, laid off top of the backswing position, and then from there he tried everything he could to be able to get that club face to square and get the club back out in front of him. So we had that little bit of a steepening motion, but then as we came down in the downswing, his club face had to quickly close, which got that early release. So now step one was to fix that. So we just made sure that we were keeping himself in tilt with that lead shoulder down, that little bit more left bend as we were turning. So really simple drill. We just had a club across the shoulders and we just then turned and then felt like that butt end of the club was pointing just in front of the ball we were settling up to. So this just gave him that sensation of turning with a little bit of left bend, which then replicating that same feel nice and slowly got his club cooperating more. His club then whipped less on the inside. His top of the backswing was in a much more functional place with a more square club face, which allowed him then to be able to move down with a squarer face, better shaft angle, and present better loft. And then our next step, we fixed the early release visual itself. So now the stage one, the root cause was being dealt with, we started working on this. So a classic drill with an alignment stick going up the left-hand side of the club. And ultimately, all we wanted to do was get through impact without that hitting our side. If he early released too much, it will hit his side. But we wanted to do this properly. We didn't just want to shove the hands forward in isolation to be able to achieve this. That ball would be going right in a hurry and he'd be most likely shanking if that happened. So that's where we grabbed a chair at the same time and we put this chair about half a grip's distance behind him. And we just did small little swings, just making sure his left hip was going back to where it was covering the gap between him and a chair, which got his left hip moving deeper, which then got him rotating better through the golf ball. Because when you get better rotation, you're going to want to create shaft lean as a byproduct. Now that club face was square from our first stage, we wouldn't be risking any funky things happening with the face. It will just be staying square, so nice and soft, getting our left hip back to hit the chair, stick missing us. And that was what we did for quite a while until he felt that being a little bit more comfortable. Then we took the stick away, had the exact same feeling, but with the chair still, so keeping that stimulus in there, still a nice little half swing. And then as he got better at that, we then took the chair away and then we had that pattern nicely built